actually cleared my throat. It was not good.
I know.
Had a little bit of a little backup in there.
Well, you got water over there.
I do. Yeah, I should probably take a good sip of that. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Tacks podcast. We are on episode 16 now. Climbing. Make sure you like and follow and do us a solid and share the show with a friend if you enjoy what Daddy and Daddy are doing.
Yeah, it's like, do us a solid. Just like, you get a solid shit. That's like a great day.
Yeah. The Tacks podcast is the listener's solid shit.
Yeah.
So share that shit. Whew, what a fucking week.
Yeah. Like a no wiper, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Solid shit.
We covered no wipers
I know.
last week.
Just
you know how so we were talking about we touched on how sometimes when you have to shit really badly, it just kind of goes away if you wait too long.
Yeah.
So I asked Dr. J about that, and it's called peristalsis. And basically what that does, or what that means, is that once the shit is ready to come out, you get this, I guess just like a reflex that your intestines do to push it all out and everything like that. And if you don't let it go, then eventually that reflex just stops and it'll like come again later on.
Okay.
So that feeling when it goes away, it's not actually gone. It's just catching a breather before the old tummy box kicks in again and starts pushing it back out.
Fun fact.
Yes.
You brought up peristalsis.
Yeah.
When like you're gonna throw up or you're sick or something.
Yeah.
And you start to have saliva in your mouth.
Right.
That's called reverse peristalsis. Your esophagus is moving reverse of peristalsis because your esophagus moves.
Right.
So that's why you get like saliva starting to pool.
Right.
Because the esophagus is now pumping the other way, so you're gonna throw it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So write that one down, guys.
Well, there you go, everyone.
We'll have to have it verified. I could be full of shit, so.
Oh, he'll let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Might be a good idea to verify it.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was all right. I mean,
anything eventful happen?
No, almost nothing. I try to not have events happen. That's the whole thing.
Dude, I didn't have shit going on, so I worked.
Well, you were working.
Yeah. Smooth day, by the way, too. Fucking, one of my customers, he called on the phone and was like, "Have you eaten anything yet?" And I was like, "I brought some sandwiches and shit like that. I got food. I'm good." He was like, "Nah, fuck that." And then in the background, you hear, "Hey, baby, make a plate. I'm going to the liquor store." And he goes, "I got you, pimp. I'll be right there." Dude comes in with like a huge glass Pyrex container full of like every Thanksgiving food there is. And he brought like a Tupperware with a piece of pecan pie and pumpkin pie. Yeah,
that's crazy, dude.
With a dollop of whipped cream on top.
Even some whipped cream.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that was a lot of attention.
Yeah, I thought that was super nice, dude.
Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah, I was really appreciative of that.
I mean, I can tell you, I wouldn't do that for you. So
no, of course I wouldn't do that for anyone. You'd be lucky if you got a happy Thanksgiving out of me, man. I wouldn't. I'm not going out of my way.
I go to your work. Oh, you got to work. All right. Well,
it was just like it was a very welcome kindness because of the. I mean, dude, the start to the week was rough, man, with this fucking snow.
Oh man, a lot of snow.
Yeah, dude, I got my car stuck like right in the middle of the road on my way to work.
I mean, yeah, with the amount of snow, you're gonna get stuck pretty quick.
Yeah, dude, and so like. The snow was basically packed up under my car to where like I was getting no traction on the road.
High centered.
And I'm digging myself out, not once but twice. Neighbors that were shoveling and one of them had a snowblower. They just stopped and they both went, looks like she's stuck. And I'm like, yeah.
No,
and
man,
went,
this is a
and instead of like offering to help or instead of like helping at all, they were just like, you'll get her. And they just kept shoveling on.
Dude, like, yeah. No, I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned that, actually. A couple years back, like maybe 4 or 5 years back, I think Julie might have like high center truck or,
got stuck.
Yeah, got stuck in the driveway and high centered it. so like we're trying to dig it out and everything, and my neighbor came by with his truck and pulled into his driveway.
Yeah.
He got out and he just started kind of shaming, like out loud, like what the
Not offering to help.
Yeah, I was like, I was saying out loud, like that's fucked up. Very, very. I wouldn't have done that today.
Right. Well, it sounds like you have some pretty helpful
Yeah. Well,
neighbors.
he came out and he pulled the truck out with his truck.
Oh, right on, but not before chastising you roundly.
Yeah, I felt like he was gonna ignore it.
Ah.
The fact what was going on, but
Yeah, what can you do, man? People are
yeah. I mean, at least he got in his truck and just zipped us out, and we were fine.
a good razzing never hurt anyone.
No. Like yeah.
Oh, another event from my Thanksgiving. I got Me Too'd at the end of the night.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hashtag, dude.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So, ladies, you're not alone. I feel your pain.
Mm.
This old broad came in, and she was already like 9 sheets to the wind. She bought like a ton of these like cheap vodka double shooter thingies.
Oh my god, dude, what?
Yeah, and so I'm like,
Double
all right.
shooters of what? Cherry what?
No, it's like this like really cheap, very strong vodka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like all the I don't want to call them degenerates, but I guess like the dregs by that particular brand. Anyway, finish up the sale. I'm like, all right, have a good night. And she's like, yo, you should come out and see my dogs. And I'm like, I can see them from the window. I'm cool. They're very pretty dogs. And they were like these I forgot what they were called, like an Akita or
Akitas, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a
Those
big
dogs.
fluffy, like 2 big fluffy pretty dogs. I'm like, oh, those are really nice dogs. She starts walking out the door, and then she like stops and like sticks her head back in the store, and she's like, hey, come out here and see my dogs. Like very sternly. I'm like, all right, Jesus. And I walk out there, and I'm like, oh, these are really nice dogs. I'm just standing by the car door, like looking at the dogs. I like pet one of them. They were super cute and everything. She starts like rubbing in between the crease of my neck and my shoulder, like really hard. And she stares me in the eye, and then she looks down at my zipper and goes, so what's going on? And I was like, excuse me? And she does it again. She's still got her hand on my neck, and she looks down at my zipper, and she's like, what's going on?
I know.
I was like, nothing's going on. I'm going back to work. She's like, you sure about that? I was like, I'm absolutely positive. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, what are you gonna say? No, yeah, I'll go with you. I'll just close it up here.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just step away from my job. Fucking bang a stranger with weird dogs.
Yeah, while the
Like, what are
dogs
we gonna-
watch, like
Well, that's the thing. Is like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna fold down that back seat, and I'm gonna have to like deal with these giant dogs.
Yep.
God, dude, I don't like that either. I don't like animals being in the room when I'm, during coitus.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a good thing. Like God, this is probably like three months ago or so. Like I was banging this chick at her apartment, and we were like in missionary. I was on top, and I was like, my ass was up in the air, and it kept going up in the air and then down.
Yeah.
Her dog like jumped on the fucking bed and was directly behind me.
Oh,
and
dude, what?
I was going back for another thrust, and my asshole like hit its nose.
Oh no.
And it was all wet and cold and shit. I was just like, it completely
That's
threw
too
me
much,
off,
man. That's too much.
And then you feel guilty because you're like, even if this is unintentional, this was like,
Yeah.
it puts you in a weird place psychologically. You're just kind of like, what the fuck just happened to me?
What's up, guys?
Oh, hey, Skyler.
What's up?
Just talking about,
What's going on?
hey, what's up?
Did you guys start the cast?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
We're rolling.
It's roll.
But,
Let's roll.
roll.
so,
Lip Biscuit. You've heard of him. He's pretty popular.
What biscuit shit?
Yeah.
we were just talking about,
Sounds like it.
don't touch the table. Stop
well,
touching the tables and the
table's
mics.
really fucking low, man. What do you want
I
me to
know.
But we were talking about how
What are you talking about?
recently I was banging this chick, and like
Bang
do?
chick.
Okay, well that's
we
normal
were
for you.
we were in standard missionary, and I was on top, and my ass was going up and down, and her dog jumped on the bed and was right behind me. And so as I was pulling back out for another thrust, my asshole hit its nose, and it was like all wet and cold.
It was cold.
And then I started feeling
That was too cold.
really guilty because even if it was inadvertent, I still involved an animal in a sex act.
Right.
Yeah.
So what did you guys do about that? Did you?
I didn't say anything. I just
No.
kept going on.
Kept
Like I
going,
basically
okay.
just rolled over and pulled her on top of me, and then like that's how I handled it.
And push the dog off the bed.
No.
Or cat. Or
No, you
What-
can't
what
do
was
that.
It a dog or a cat?
It was a dog.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't do
they
that
have a
because
full nose, yeah.
you know how, dude. Some of these bitches are fucking crazy about their animals. It's like
Yeah,
let them watch.
That dog could turn on you too.
Yes, again.
That's.
You're at your most vulnerable. You're naked, dude.
It was a pit bull too.
Oh,
It'll lick your
And-
scrotum like first thing tomorrow.
And the last thing I wanted to have happen was, like this dog interprets this as like me harming this person, and then it just starts attacking my naked.
Oh, no.
Yeah, how am I gonna
it
fight
could
a
actually
pit
go
bull
through your
naked?
scrotum. Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
But
yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about that.
yeah, and I told Adam about how I got Me Too'd last night.
Oh, nice.
There was a Me Too incident
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I had to
You
take a
briefly mention that to me.
I had to take a long hot shower.
It happens, man. It happens. You got to be careful with it, but
Yeah. I also
it's there.
it's not good.
It's it
Dude.
it could be good too, but in that situation, not so good because of weather and things like that. Things could have been played out a little bit better
Yeah, absolutely.
had weather permitted. Just weather. That's really it.
Yeah, who
Just the
knows?
weather,
I mean, in a different circumstance, I probably would have banged this chick, but I don't know. It was just too much. It was too much at once. I was kind of overloaded. I had
That's
to
fine.
work.
Yeah, you know what? You can have as many. How do you? So what do you do with this thing? Do you have to?
No, don't.
How close do you get
keep
to
it just like that?
You don't.
About right here.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Do
don't touch it because it
Don't
that all
touch it.
That all picks up.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you don't put it in your mouth?
No, you don't put the microphone in your mouth.
No?
There's debates.
This is
There's debates
this is the
about it.
first time that I've ever done this. I didn't know if you needed to.
Generally, I back into
it
the
all
mic
the way.
first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Test the circumference.
Oh, I
Rick's a
figured that's-
two-holer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a sloppy party bottom.
He takes up the mics.
I'm a very generous lover. But dude, you have a lot of Adam, or you have a lot of Adam
He's got
animals.
a lot of Adam, though.
You have a
I
lot
mean,
of animals, Adam.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
have you ever encountered this where like animals
Oh.
make fucking like super
ah,
uncomfortable?
But I think that he keeps that shit separate.
Yeah.
And his woman knows to keep that shit separate.
Well, yeah.
Some girls they just bring their shit in like they're animals. When I say their shit, they're
Right.
animals, and they bring it in like it's a part of
Yeah.
this whole thing. It's not.
Right.
Man, don't ever think that that's a part of the whole thing. 'cause
It's not. I wouldn't recommend that. It'd be not a good
No.
idea,
No,
probably.
Keep your fucking animal out.
Right. There's doors.
Yeah.
Those exist.
Have animals
doors.
because they're great.
Not the doors.
They keep the fuck out of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, this chick was not keeping it out of the situation.
Yeah, that's a bit bunk.
Sorry,
That's
I'm
bunk.
trying to intervene here. So, God damn it! Just can you get a taller desk, or is this what's going on here?
This is never
You
an
actually
issue.
might
You
be
know,
able
you do
to-
have no, it's probably not because you do have this is a nice setup. This is a nice studio. You got great equipment. This setup's really nice. My knees, though, they're a little bit atrocious.
Well,
Yeah.
if you weren't built like a fucking action
True.
figure, you wouldn't have issues like this. You're just so bulgy.
Stop flexing under the table. Dude.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you flex, we get a spike in the sound. Dude.
You know, that's a part of the whole deal. It's the package deal.
That's fair. That's
Dude,
fair.
I was another thing yesterday. I was watching Wizard of Oz at work. It came on cable. Like
What?
they ran it. Yeah, they ran it like 3 times in a row or whatever.
Oh my god.
And the only thing I could think of the entire time was like, holy shit, you could totally tell this movie was shot in the 40s. There's not a single black munchkin or like
40s?
yeah, it was
How
like
do you know?
44
They're all
or something.
face paint, dude.
Jesus Christ.
The munchkins had I think the entire
Can't
cast was white. Like it was a very non
Oh, are they? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a single person of color. But yeah, dude, the movie industry in the 40s, very telling of the times.
Oh,
Dude, Crazy Rich
the
Asians
40s.
had a more diverse cast than Wizard of Oz.
They were just trying some shit. But yeah, the Wizard of Oz I feel like they were kind of in the middle of that whole civil rights thing too.
Well, it was like
Probably.
it was like 2
Yeah.
decades beforehand. But
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
I guess like The Wiz was a good response to
The Wiz?
the lack of diversity in Wizard of Oz.
What's
They're
The
picking up
Wiz?
with it.
The
black
Wiz?
version. It's the black version of the Wizard of Oz.
I've never heard
Yeah.
of it.
How have you
You
not
never
seen
heard-
the
you
dude?
never
You gotta
seen
see the
that?
Wiz.
I've never heard of
The Wiz is cool.
You never watched that in middle school or anything? You know, because they
What?
should diverse. Yeah, dude.
When did it come
it's
out?
The black version.
It was a while ago.
The Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
When did it come out?
Here, let's Google it.
Shit.
Google it, Mr. Google
You
machine.
didn't have that queued up, huh? Well, well, I just jumped into this shit, so that was probably random as fuck. But
Adam's Googling when the Wiz was made. It has to be
The
more.
Wiz
It's
is-
definitely way more
it's-
recent.
Yeah, but only by a decade.
There's one from 1978.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
gonna
that sounds
say,
right.
It's probably 8 years older than the original Wizard of Oz, and that's just
What?
yeah, probably right. What was the original? 50. No, 60 something.
You got to get closer to the mic.
No, dude.
Are you telling me what to do?
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz was 1939, dude.
Oh, okay.
What? 1939?
Dude.
Damn. Yeah, that's
All right, you're right.
That was a minute,
a hot
dude.
minute ago.
They're all
Oh,
old.
I see the waveform. It's actually not picking up too much. Oh,
Yeah,
it's like a flat response.
No, it's okay. Like it looks like not much is going on right there.
Should I change the angle? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
dude. So, did you watch The Irishman?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. There were some spots where like
He didn't
Robert De
approve.
Niro was beating up someone.
Oh,
Looked like
yeah,
an old guy beating up
yeah.
someone.
All
Like-
the scenes where there was like physical violence, you could definitely tell that they were working with a cast
Yeah.
of geriatrics.
Yeah.
But I know exactly which one you're talking about when he takes his daughter to the market
Yeah.
and confronts the guy
Yeah.
that pushed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked so like that.
Very-
that
like
kick.
old dude. Yeah. Like I don't know.
It's very rigid.
yeah. That's
it was
what's going on.
It wasn't. It
Super
wasn't.
rigid.
It wasn't the Goodfellas scene where he's kicking Tony or what's that guy's name? Where he's like, you know, break up.
the maid guy.
Yeah, breaking up my fucking potty. That
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He had one of those silly Ginzo names.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this one, De Niro looked like he was very rigid.
Yep.
And that little kick towards the end when he kicks the guy in the face, it
Mm.
looks like he's about to bust his ass.
Yeah.
I did have some issues with that. I thought they did a good job with the age regression.
Yeah.
The age regression.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be a pretty hard thing to pull off, especially when you're
Oh, for sure.
dealing with real time like that. But the one thing I wish they would stop doing is like highlighting the eyes so much. They gave him and like a couple other of the characters like really unrealistically blue eyes. Yeah, it looked like there was like lights behind him almost.
Yeah.
But other than that though, I mean that was a fucking badass movie, and it
Pretty
did
good,
not
yeah.
it did not seem like 3 hours at all.
No, but it was 3.5 hours. It was. I mean, they should have had an intermission or something. But
What are you talking about? It's on Netflix. You just hit pause.
yeah, but you want to have like a formal intermission. Yeah.
Why do you want a formal intermission? It's not Master and Commander.
Well, what?
Yeah, you'd think
It's
that.
a Scorsese.
Yeah, it'd be kind of.
Scorsese.
Yeah, you'd be kind of. You think you'd be kind of edgy to do it.
In a 3.5 hour long thing.
And I feel like there was a lot of.
Is that really picking up on their thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I feel
Man,
like I
well,
don't know.
It's this fucking desk, dude. You know, that's all it is, and that's fine. Just get a
Here, go.
get a bigger desk, and that will solve the problem.
What were you saying, Adam?
Huh?
What were you saying? You were just saying something about the.
No, I felt like there was like Quentin Tarantino elements. in
It should have had an intermission.
Yeah, I see the-
Oh, well, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
from what you're saying, yeah, I mean, if it's 3.5 hours long,
What
think
it's a
are you?
Scorsese film.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? It's on Netflix. You just hit
Right.
pause when you need to take a break.
Sure, but
No, but there's like it should be like, hey, this is the intermission,
yeah,
and then you pause it
yeah.
at the banner of intermission.
Why?
I don't know.
Because, man, I mean, that's
Yeah, then just,
it's cordial.
then you
Without-
yeah then you press play. You still have like a buffer. You know, it starts in 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like they know you're gonna take
Yeah.
a break at this point in time because
So,
guess what? That's what's
when you should take a
necessary.
break because
That's
this
when
is
you
like
should. Yeah.
this is the arc at the point of the story and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
so they
yeah,
can
yeah.
time it perfectly. so you
time it
know
right.
this is the time to stop the movie because
Yeah.
we're at this certain arc in the movie.
Gather your shit. and then
yeah,
and then
because
go about it
picking up
afterwards,
here
but-
is the best option. Like this is in the story.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just pause it at you might throw you off.
It would not throw you off at all, and I feel like you're adding an extra step to something that's
wanted
already
to say
streamlined.
yes on that one, and you just didn't.
No, I'm taking a hard stance against the intermission in a fucking Netflix movie.
I think if there's one other person listening to this show, they're probably agreeing with me.
There is one person listening to this.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you, though, Adam. I feel
It's like
that's
okay,
important.
yeah.
You know, as long as they know the audience,
Yeah.
and that's hey, guess what? This is when it's time to take a break.
Could be, yeah.
It's time to take a fucking
Yeah.
break.
That's when you get all your shit done.
It's fine.
Man,
some
if
more
only there
popcorn.
was a controller with a button that would just stop it and
but,
start
yeah,
it
but
at will.
what if you're stopping the wrong spot, dude? Is what I'm saying.
How do you stop at the wrong spot? How
You
is there
stop at
a
the
wrong spot to
because
stop?
maybe like the plot's developing at this
Yeah,
point, and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you know, maybe it's not the right time to stop.
there
Yeah, because it's like something's
regular people are
flowing.
gonna forget about
Yeah.
So you
what's
want
going on.
Yeah.
essentially what you want is
You have to play it out right for your stopping point. But in a 3.5 hour movie, you
should have one.
You have an intermission.
You should have
because
one.
That's where you recoup people's
Yeah,
activity.
because they're gonna be
and
worn
then-
out, too.
Yeah. You got.
they're going to be worn out.
You have to remind them
Yeah.
that they're there for what's going on and what's happening, and say, huh?
This is the information
Take a
generation,
breather.
dude.
And yes,
Yeah.
the information.
For
You want
the
things
love of
quick
God.
and stuff. They need to like
That
get a
just gave me
distraction.
boner, dude, the way you said that.
You guys want your streaming services to do your thinking for you.
No, I don't care about the streaming service that it was produced by. I'm talking about it's a Scorsese film. Maybe they should have done.
I bet you only watch the recommended for yous.
No, I
You
don't.
saw the Mandalorian, didn't you?
No, I did not see The Mandalorian.
No.
I'm not watching The
Very good.
Mandalorian. No, we talked about this last week. Fuck The Mandalorian and fuck Baby Yoda. I hope Baby Yoda gets molested.
There's a lot.
Whoa.
of things going on with it.
He's
Whoa.
50 years old. How does that? Can you be molested?
In Yoda
50?
years?
Well, I'm just saying he's 50 years old.
He's
But in
enough
whose
to
time?
get fucking molested
He-
by a mouse. or something,
In whose time is he 50 years old? Is he 50 Earth years
Wow.
old?
Look,
There's a lot
you
of
look
plot
at-
holes in this.
You look at the canon. I'm sure that's what it says.
I don't trust
They're
Disney
not going off
canon.
of Earth years, obviously. Yes, I get it. What you're saying.
Disney canon doesn't count as
Canon.
Star Wars. Yes. Canon.
You would appreciate that.
Fucking I'm sorry. I don't buy into any of this new Star Wars shit because
I
it's
get
just
it.
not
I get it.
it's
I
not
heard-
part
I
of the
heard it's
original lore.
Well, yeah, but and I heard that's bullshit, man. It's not part of the original because guess what, man? It's a series.
It's
dude.
a licensing disaster for
It's-
him.
Well, you can say it like that, but it's also look at like the way a comic book plays out and how a series is developed between a comic book scenario and situation. Like you can have spin-offs of different characters. You don't have to follow it by the fucking guideline because you only get a few out of that, and they've already done that. So guess what? It's time to spin off, bro.
Well, no, there's an
It's time to
entire
spin off.
there's an entire universe and like an entire fucking
Yeah.
saga of books and like straight the way that
Sure,
Lucas
but you
intended it.
Okay, but
And that's
you
like
can't
what
spin
that's
off
the
of that,
story,
though.
but that's the story they're not telling. Like we were talking about like
But-
the
but
gray
they
side
might-
and
will they not tell it though? Are you saying that they're not going to?
no,
tell it,
they
or-
already came out and said that like that's why they stopped production of the books and stuff like that. They're not going in that direction.
What about even
Fine,
those
who
defenders
cares?
of the crystals?
They could
Yeah,
still
exactly.
have a
No,
nice
they're not-
direction.
they're not-
I mean that could have been the first direction, sure, and it's like, oh, that's cool. It sounds cool, but like you can always alter it.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, it just doesn't add up to the original story. Like none of it, very little of it makes any sense when compared to the original story that unfolded. Like all of these tales
You
have
haven't
already.
watched it though. Is that
No, this is
what
just
you're
what I'm understand. Like I
That's
know.
what you understand, but you didn't actually watch.
He
it.
hasn't watched it.
Right.
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, that's all I'm saying though. That's all I'm saying, and that's fine, dude. But watch it.
Okay.
Watch it.
If you really want to, if you're trying to get the understanding of the whole thing, just watch it, and that's fine. If you don't want to watch it, I get it.
No, I think we're missing the point here to why
No,
I'm not
okay.
watching it. Like, it
I
doesn't
get your point.
it doesn't make sense with the actual like
Sure.
canon that I went by, like all the books, all the extended like
Yeah.
And you read the books.
ways of
too.
telling
Is
them.
that what-
Yes,
Yeah, sure,
yeah,
sure,
and
sure.
so there's certain elements of the Star Wars story that they're not telling. Like they're not gonna go into the thing like Adam was talking about, where like the Guardians of the Crystals, like for the lightsabers
or the gray,
and shit.
the gray side.
The gray side, yeah,
which is more appealing, I would say. Huh?
But do they need to do that?
Yeah, it's a massive
they
component.
could. I'm not saying they would need to, but they could do it.
Well, it's just a massive component to the story itself.
But they don't need to.
They won't. They won't do it.
Dude, I'm not going to say this again.
Oh my god!
But get a bigger table though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
We could make a table.
Okay.
We could. I actually.
My legs are only a certain length.
The
I can change that. The table, you can change that.
The new setup is going to be a lot better table wise. It'll actually be like an L shape, so it'll have some room for more mics and all that shit.
I hope so.
But I think we're going to table the Star Wars discussion. And
we could table it as many ways as we want. Because there's a lot of different things you can go with about that.
Dude, was it I don't know, it just reminded me of this, but like was it I think it was you and I that were talking about embarrassing, like like shitting kids that we know that shit their pants at school. Like blow up shits.
Shit their britches, dude?
Yeah. It made me like we were talking the other night in his room. We were hanging out and we know of some people that this happened to. But so this kid that grew up in our neighborhood.
Good kids.
Yeah. This kid that grew up in our neighborhood, he was like already an outcast, like not only at school but in the neighborhood as well. What? Like everybody was always pulling pranks on him and shit like that. His name was Bryce. But his parents were, or his mom, his dad was never around, but his mom and his grandma and shit like that, they were all Jehovah's Witnesses. So like, not only did he have the social shortcomings that he did, but when he got home, it was like this weird, strict religious environment. He wasn't allowed to enjoy himself at all. And of course, like there was no birthdays, no celebrating anything.
Just lambasted for like,
and
for literally nothing, dude.
So like we were in,
tried to have some fun.
We were in 6th grade, and he was 2 classrooms down from me. And basically what happened was, like, he had to go to the bathroom, right? He had to take a shit. The teacher wouldn't let him and shit like that. And I guess, like, he asked a few times, but then finally he just starts letting it go. And he just starts shitting all over himself in the desk and everything. And then he tries to, like, run out to the bathroom, and he left a shit trail. Through the classroom, through the hallway, there was shit. There was shit on the lockers.
No, dude.
There was shit on the door handle, shit on the lockers, shit all over the bathroom.
It was bad.
Shit on the sinks. Like,
how's there that much shit?
He was trying to scoop it up and keep it from hitting the ground, and now at the same time he was like trying to brace himself on the lockers as he was stumbling to the.
And it was that explosive though.
It was an explosive shit.
But when you're put in that circumstance, it's like it's not a chill shit anymore.
No.
It's not like you're relaxed and you're in a toilet environment. You are shitting amongst being super anxious, and you're like trying to hide it at the same time.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like,
and
all of a sudden, dude, your shit's just pouring out.
And cafeteria
just
food.
Shitting.
We all remember that cafeteria food.
Beach school. Actually,
Anywhere, man. Any public school, cafeteria.
Not to out anybody.
Well,
dude,
Beach, this kid shit his pants.
Yeah, dude, you remember the one time we were all out at the?
He wasn't the only one. I mean, fuck.
Oh, you know, every kid's been shitting their pants everywhere at school forever. Every school you go to, kids were shitting their pants for sure,
and especially in high school, people were shitting their pants.
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
No, they were.
In high school.
Some were just able to hide it better than others.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not saying I.
Did you shit your pants?
I never shit my pants in high school.
Okay.
In high school, that leaves a lot of room. Like
middle. I didn't actually shit my pants in school.
Okay.
I shit my pants outside of school.
All right.
One time.
Oh, okay. All right.
The last
fair.
time, the last time I shit my pants in public was kindergarten. It was
shit.
Yeah, because I used to. You go straight from lunch to recess. And as we all know, like when you get out of lunch, you get to that playground, you want to utilize all that time. You know, you have a very short amount of time to get it out of your system and play and shit like that.
Right.
So I would just try to hold it. And so one time I was on the jungle gym and whatnot. I jumped down into the sand and just fucking let it go. Oh. And luckily back then I was still wearing, you know, the briefs, like the tighty whities and shit like that. But it kind of caught it all like a shit hammock.
Oh. You just let loose the briefs.
I went in the bathroom.
Surrendered the briefs.
Well, I went in the bathroom and I just threw them away.
Right.
And then I came home and told my mom.
Same thing.
I
Threw
came.
him out?
Threw him out.
Okay.
Tossed him over the balcony, actually.
Yeah, you got to get rid
There's
of
no
that.
balcony. You stay in the basement. But I went home and I told my mom what happened, and for like a few weeks after that, she sent me to school with like extra underwear, and and back then it wasn't.
You were gonna shit your pants again?
Well, no,
Is that why she did that?
Yeah, because I told her like I like to hold it in when I'm having recess because I don't want to waste my recess time.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't as simple. It wasn't as simple as just going back to school and having extra underwear. So when that became a problem, the teacher needed to know, and so my mom calls the teacher, and the teacher would take the teacher.
Okay, expect this kid to shit. And that's fine.
He's gonna shit.
The teacher would take my underwear and put it with a pile of other kids' underwear, and it would have like a little piece of tape with our name on it, and all the kids could see this shit. So like there was a little cubby right where the teacher's desk was, and there was just a few random pairs of underwear with our names on it. Yeah, man, are you kidding me? Getting fucking shit shamed.
Keep your shit drawers in there, though. I hope.
No, I mean if I shit my pants, I was supposed to put it in a Ziploc, and then it came home with me.
No.
That's
actually not sanitary.
And I'd say, deal with this, bitch.
You would just throw them away.
Start
As
scrubbing.
a regular human being, you would throw them away.
Well, a normal human
You
would.
wouldn't put them in a Ziploc bag and take them with you, right?
Look, dude, my parents used to skip meals sometimes, dude. We didn't have it like that. I couldn't just be throwing away underwear.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Then you go without underwear, dude.
Oh, yeah, and then I'm just the no underwear kid.
Yeah, because the other one's got shit in them, dude.
Have you ever tried to wear, like, cargo shorts or jeans without underwear on, dude?
Of course.
Get your
I've actually
penis
done that.
scratched up.
Cargo shorts are great to wear without jeans.
No, they're
But you
not.
gotta watch the zipper. Yeah,
The
you
zipper is
gotta-
sandpaper to the
you gotta-
tip.
Yeah, but you gotta watch it.
It's like,
Luckily, I have a small penis, so I can just. It's easy
Well-
for me to just flip it up.
You can-
and
yeah, but-
not have to worry about scratching it on the zipper.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
can go without. I'd rather go without than go with shitty underwear.
oh, easily, yeah, definitely.
yeah.
So
I'm just
what
saying
are we
that.
doing here? Like,
I'm just saying that 20 minutes
My
of.
bag of underwear. It's also $5-6 maybe.
I'm just saying 20 minutes of playing around on a playground with no underwear, like your dick, you could strike a match on it.
yeah, you're gonna be beat up.
It's just a fucking
You're gonna
rough,
beat us.
gnarled thing afterwards.
It's usually hard too.
My dick's never been soft before.
Yeah, when you're rubbing it against your jeans like that,
Yeah.
it gets hard. Without any sort of circumstance, it just gets hard.
Arousal.
Dude, was there anything worse than the
Arousal.
was there anything worse in school than like when you're just minding your own fucking business in class and you get a random boner?
That was the worst. That was the worst.
And then you get called up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And it always like you could not control boners, dude.
can't.
You
It's-
could not at that age. Boners were just you were just bonering, dude.
Yep, you're boned out.
You're boned.
God, you don't get pulled up.
Oh no.
Well, so that's the thing. I
Yeah.
think
You can't put it away.
There's no way.
There's nothing
It's
you
just
can
there,
think
man.
about that puts
It's
it away.
there.
well, no.
Yeah.
There is a way, and I think I told Skyler about this.
You just touch
But
it.
Well, the belt move, yes.
no, what I would do
Oh.
was like whenever they would call me up, I would just swing my ass like kind of still staying crouched. I would swing my ass out of the seat and I would put my hand in my pocket and just flip my boner up. I would just move my boner up into the waistband and then I walk up to the board and no one knew. No one was the wiser.
But that's similar. To
Yeah.
that's similar to a belt move, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
the same thing. Same
thing.
Same martial art. You know?
Or you could be like our
It's still a
friend
belt move, you know.
Yeah.
you could be like our friend Tops and just tell the teacher to eat your pussy. Dude, I sat behind him in
Wait.
geometry.
Tops?
Yeah.
Oh.
Still, yeah. Dude.
I sat behind him in geometry, and the teacher was already just like a raging bitch, but she would single him out all the time and just constantly give him shit. And one day he had his head on the desk like he always did, and he's sleeping and shit.
He did sleep a lot.
And she was like, get up here and do this problem. And he, after a couple of times of saying no, she asked him again. He pulls his head up and he goes, "Eat my pussy, bitch," in that deep ass Fat Albert voice. Yeah,
Oh,
immediately out into the fucking principal's office. And then I think that week is when he took the GED and like got the fuck out of high school. He was like, I'm done with this. I mean, dude, that's a career-ending move. You tell your geometry
sometimes you just
teacher
gotta make
to
moves, I guess.
eat your pussy. And this is before transitioning was a very it was like a big thing, you know, like
Yeah.
teachers didn't know how to handle that shit. This grown or almost grown man telling this woman to eat his pussy.
Wait, I thought you had a deck. No. Okay.
It's fucking amazing, dude. Did you guys ever have like a super embarrassing like public display of embarrassment like in school, like at all?
Definitely. I feel like I have a few.
For
times.
sure, I'm sure. Yeah.
I gotta recall them. I've had a few of them. Yeah.
I'm trying
put
to
us on a spot here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just thinking like, because like me shitting my pants, that was a pretty.
But you didn't do that in school, did you? Or you did? Oh, in
I did
Catholic
it.
School.
No. I did it in
CCD?
kindergarten. No, I did it in kindergarten,
Oh, okay.
which isn't that embarrassing. I guess
So,
enough
what-
time has passed.
Can I interrupt? Is CCD is that Catholic or is that Christian?
Catholic.
It's Catholic. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
So
thought.
basically
Okay.
every Wednesday, I would have to go from school to the Catholic school, and then for like an hour they teach you about all that hocus pocus.
Like God and stuff.
Yeah, like God, and especially Jesus.
Jesus?
And dude,
Okay.
God help you if you asked a fucking question. If you asked a question that made any type of sense or like questioned the validity of what this person was saying, your punishment was to go into the Catholic the Catholic principal's office, and you had to basically just copy verses out of the Bible. She'd tell you how many you had to do, and you just directly copy it onto a piece of notebook paper. But dude, I want to tell you something right now. The kids,
Split. No.
yeah, fucking old bitch. She's dead now, but
Oh no.
yeah.
Well,
Hope that worked out for you.
Maybe. Yeah. That's, it could have just been the chain of events.
So all the kids, like, dude, we were the worst class of kids, dude.
Your life.
I used to hang out in the boys' bathroom before the class, and me and the guys in there, we would just like we'd start small fires and stuff like that. And then one time we had a soda kicking competition where we took full soda cans unopened, and we were just basically like kicking them like you would a field goal, and you try to bounce it off the wall and get it in the trash can.
Sounds boring. You gotta
Stupid middle school game.
That's really how CCD works.
It was a stupid middle school game, and I remember one time the kid that was in my class, his name was Topher. I was holding the Coke can for him, and he comes up and he kicks it as hard as he can, and he just shatters the plate glass window that was like right above the
He got raped
urinals.
Immediately.
Can I just interrupt? I don't
Yeah,
want
go
to
ahead.
but I got to interrupt. I had a conversation with a gentleman at Thanksgiving yesterday who said
Yeah.
his one friend was named Topher.
Yeah.
I said, where does that name come from? It comes from Christopher,
Christopher.
and you just call him the last part of the name?
I had no idea.
I don't know any Christophers.
Well, it's
By
Christopher. Christopher. I mean,
Yeah, you usually. I thought you'd go by Chris.
I mean, that's what normal people
Well, that's
do.
what normally, yeah.
That's what a fucking real person would do.
But like anybody that
I mean, whatever. If you want to be called Topher, to be called Topher.
That's like me running around being like,
It's
that's like me running around going, "Hey, call me
edge it up
Itchard.
or-
You
well,
can call you
Itchard.
Itchard. Just take out the R.
That's a really bad fucking nickname."
You gotta lord out sometimes. I mean,
I get it.
I feel like
Yeah.
Topher is one of those things. It could be cooler than just being called Chris. you
It
know?
could be,
It's a little-
but I just think of Topher Grayson. It's like I don't. Yeah, I got it.
Topher Grayson.
Yeah, is that it?
That's really religious sounding. First,
No, I thought it was like
It sounds very Caucasian.
the guy who did that movie
yeah, that's a pretty white.
was in that
No.
hospital show.
No,
Which
Topher
one?
Grayson? No,
Topher
you're talking-
Grace.
No, fucking.
It was like that doctor show that was super popular forever.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy.
No.
ER?
It was a comedy.
Oh, a comedy.
Yes.
Oh, on Adult Swim.
Damn it.
No.
What the fuck then?
It was on regular TV like 15, 20
Oh,
years ago.
Scrubs.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Topher Grace, right? Was the guy in that
I don't
one?
remember. I didn't watch a lot of that. I don't like Zach Braff. I don't like his stupid face. I don't like
Was
his
he even
dumb
in that
hair.
Yeah, I think.
That's Parks and Recreation. Are you talking about?
I hope Zach Braff gets hair cancer.
Zach Braff was he was in Scrubs. He was.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
I'm
he's
thinking-
the
never
main
mind.
dumbass.
Who's Topher Grace then? He's in other movies. He's not in that. Okay, that's Zach Braff. I was thinking.
Yeah.
about. They look the same.
No,
They look the same.
I was gonna say, are you sure?
Fucking Zach Braff always running around. Oh, I'm a doctor,
swear.
but I'm totally
Going
clueless
back to-
about
we're
everything
going
else.
back to Google.
I should be a comedian, but
He
I guess he did bring some comical value to that show.
Yes, Topher Grace.
okay.
But
Verified.
Yeah.
what-
He was.
what-
Oh, he was Eric Foreman on the '70s show.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's
Okay.
right.
So yeah, he's not related to Scrubs. They just look alike. Zach Braff and him kind of look alike.
Zach Braff is Scrubs, not the other guy.
Yeah. God, I looked up.
Yeah, whatever.
I could see him being a fucking Topher though. That fits him.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I remember.
Well, no, that's fine. I'm just saying. I don't
didn't touch it.
I remember.
really think about it until now.
Fucking years ago, Zach Braff's dumbass caught a bunch of fucking. He caught a bunch of shit because right when crowdfunding websites came online,
Yeah.
he immediately was like, he was getting all this funding to make a movie on his own or something like that, some dumbass indie film he wanted to do, and it was like a whole fucking thing where I guess like all these fans started coming after him, and he got all this backlash because of the fact that like this well-paid guy was going out there and just basically taking money from other people that needed it more than he did, or like needed the funding more than he did.
Yeah.
No one.
No.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, this is fucking going great.
I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, god damn it. All right.
Whatever. Topher Grace, dude. Whatever. I'm just saying. They both look alike. So.
They're both generic talentless hacks.
Well, yeah, but they're that are millionaires now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Man, I'll tell you something, man. Like, fucking, my sister sent me this video today on fucking Facebook about it was like a compilation of Black Friday footage from this year.
Oh no,
you have to be such fucking garbage to go out.
Oh my god, dude!
These people were just like throwing haymakers at each other. Like one dude brought a dog with him. Into a Walmart. And had him like on one of those like carrying vests, like a baby Bjorn. And he was like, he was smashed in the middle of this crowd, and this dog's just like fucking getting smashed with him. And it was I don't know, man. I've never shopped on a Black Friday, but like I worked a Best Buy on a Black Friday, and it was one of the most disgraceful displays of humanity I've ever seen in my life. I watched a woman jump like over this old lady that was bent down. I watched her jump over this lady, knock her down, and like take a computer monitor out of her cart.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude. And it wasn't a regular cart. It was like a motorized scooter cart.
Yeah, I mean, Black Friday's Black Friday, dude. You just don't go. You can't go out.
Well, no, never go. That's the thing.
No, you can't go out, dude. You can't go out.
Have you ever?
No.
Will you ever?
No.
For Sparta?
No.
There's nothing I need that much to even fucking deal with it. You have to wake up at
Wait, I might have... No, I didn't. No.
You have to wake up at like 4 a.m. and go stand out in the freezing cold with a bunch of other soulless nobodies that all...
And for what? Like...
It's always Cyber Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
I cyber every day. On that dream chat. ASL. I forgot about this until recently. There was an article today in fucking the Denver Post that red flag gun law is coming into effect on January 1st. And so basically one of the amenities they made was that now strangers can't just call and be like, hey, this guy's got guns. I think he's a danger to himself and society. They can't just do that and have the cops come now. But what they can do is like directly contact an officer and like make a statement. Then it's up to the officer. It's up to he's got the discretion as to whether or not he's going to investigate it.
Yikes, dude.
But yeah, that comes into effect on the 1st. And
well,
like,
I mean, it could have its pros and cons, you know.
No, I agree. And there's like one of the biggest hurdles is that there's several counties in Colorado that are
James Cons.
Their sheriffs aren't going to enforce it at all. And so there's still a huge issue with that. And also the state doesn't even know like what kind of volume they're going to be dealing with. So they don't know if they're understaffed or overstaffed to handle this kind of issue. But I don't know, dude. It's going to be interesting to watch it play out over the next year and kind of see how it either helps or hurts relations with law enforcement.
Yeah, it'll probably, who knows? I mean, time will tell. It's a bit of a keeping a local segment. Yeah,
well, I mean, there's just, I don't know. We all own guns and we're responsible gun owners, and it's just kind of a weird thing to have looming over you that like at any minute, like you could have a simple disagreement with a neighbor, and they could they could call up local law enforcement and be like, Oh, yep, he's unstable. Get his guns. Take him out. Because I mean, think about like even like false swattings and stuff like that. Like,
Oh, that stuff is that's so scary.
you know, I mean,
Yeah.
how what's the process? How do they go about taking the weapon from you if they get these reports? Like, do they kick the door in and go all out?
Never
Because that's
I don't
how
know.
people get hurt.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I doubt they're gonna call you and be like, "Hey, we got a tip, and we're gonna come take your guns, and this is for
Like
your
that
protection."
skit from Chappelle Show.
Which one?
The one where he's pleading the fifth.
Oh yeah.
But,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Like they call him to come in. He's got like a rocket launcher in the background and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to thank y'all for giving me this ball ass platter of cheeses, some of which I've never seen before in my life. I mean, but that's how it's gonna be. It's like it's a weird toss up because
Yeah.
I don't think this has ever been done before anywhere, has it? Like, as far as this particular type of law, like,
I don't know.
and if
Maybe.
there has, I haven't heard about it. I haven't
yeah,
read
I
about
don't.
it.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
I just feel like it has the
Right.
potential to put law enforcement and citizens like in danger, depending on how they go about carrying out these actions.
Oh yeah,
But I guess only time shall tell.
yeah.
Going to be a weird one.
I mean,
Oh, I thought of something. I thought of something terribly. This was really embarrassing. This happened to me the same year this kid shit himself. So, a few months after Columbine happened, you know how like they implemented all these weird, all these drills and stuff like that in schools, and they kind of like would do mock evacuations of the schools and shit.
yeah.
So there was this time where I was in my 6th grade science class, and I'm just sitting there in my group there. We were working on some stupid project. The science teacher from next door walks into the classroom, and he asks the teacher, "Hey, do you mind watching my class while I go use the bathroom real quick?" So my teacher's like, "All right, keep working on your shit." He goes into the next classroom, and all the kids start freaking out, like just getting loud because it's not their teacher,
Oh,
just normal
no.
kid shit. And I pick my head up from the table, and I'm like, "Oh man, sounds like a fucking homicide in there." And this chick sitting across from me leaves the classroom, goes straight to the resource officer, and tells him, "Oh, Rick said he's going to commit a homicide in the classroom." So I get fucking taken out of the class by the 3 cops. They put me in this little ass room. They called my parents, and they were basically telling me that like just using the word homicide in a sentence was a prosecutable offense and shit like that. And I was like, I explained the context of which I said it, and he was like, "It doesn't matter. That word in particular, if it's used at all in a sentence, can be taken as a threat." And it's like, so wait,
No, well, I mean, yeah, you can't. There's no context. You can't. What?
so like, what are we just gonna scribble it out of the dictionary? We're just not gonna teach this word? Like, how are we?
yeah.
It was just really embarrassing because like for the rest of that year, I always felt like things were just weird. Like people looked at me weird. Because it doesn't stop there. That bitch goes and runs her fucking mouth, and everybody goes and runs their fucking mouth that's in the classroom, makes me look like a goddamn fuckboy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't easy climbing out of that hole.
No.
I'd have to say, though, that's probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in school.
It's not bad.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. But, actually, speaking of the stupid news sites, they need to do something about that shit because as soon I was reading this, I was reading another article about some like 41-year-old lady that wants to have a kid, but her boyfriend doesn't. So she's going to have one, and he's going to like not be a parent, but still stay with the woman. I was reading this article, and basically I got like 4 video pop-ups that all started playing at the same time, plus 2 silent pop-ups in the other corner of my screen. It was the most infuriating fucking thing. It reminded me of like, it was like first gen internet shit.
Yeah.
Like before ad blockers and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Nightmares.
But yeah, dude, 41-year-old chick trying to have a kid. Like, first of all, I think just the fact that you're freely talking about having a kid in your 40s, and she's like acting like it's no big deal. Let's
Kind of a big
take
deal.
a look at the shelf life on those eggs. And also let's get into some statistics about what that kid's going to come out like. You know what I mean?
It's not. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
And if she thinks she's going to give, even if the kid's completely fine and healthy, if she thinks that dude's going to stay with her after that, she's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And the guy was all like, oh, I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, I just never wanted to have kids. So, but we were in a really good relationship. It's really good where we are right now. You really think that once that body takes the hit the way it's going to, and she has to devote all of her time and attention to that kid,
That's it.
he's ever going to have any kind of like play again? He ain't getting no play.
No, he's definitely not.
I don't know. I just thought that was a very weird, presumptuous thing
Oh, for sure. For sure.
to expect out of someone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, not only is it crazy to expect it out of yourself, but to expect it out of somebody who has made it very clear, hey, I don't want this to be a part of my life. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a weird, I don't know. People are weird.
Comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. In that instance, it is.
God damn that fucking table, dude. If I touch it one more time, man, I'm gonna show you what's going on with these fucking mics, dude. I'll show you what's going on with them. How about that? How does that sound?
You do what you have to do, and I'll do what I have to do.
Alright.
All right. So I think we're going to call it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll call this the episode Man with the Table. There you go.
Coming in with a banger again. All right. Thank you, everybody, for thank you for joining us for another episode of the Brass Tacks podcast. I guess we will catch you next week. Make sure you like and follow, share this shit. Yeah. Put coal in your stocking. But yeah, so thanks for joining us, guys. Hope you had an awesome holiday. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SlickHando. Skyler, you want to plug anything? All right. See you next week, everybody. Go fuck your mother.
Eat my ass, dude.